Is the front row or back row better on these coasters at Thorpe Park? Well, today, I'll be deciding my favourite row on these rides, and I'm going to use this wheel to help me pick the coasters randomly. So Walking Dead the ride's a tricky one because the trains are pretty short, so there isn't much of a difference, but I'd say I prefer the front row because you can see the theming slightly better in front of you, and also because of that small airtime moment as you rise up into the final breaks, as you go into it much quicker than if you were at the back of the train. It's got to be the fifth row. The front middle seat is definitely the smoothest and best seat for Saw the Ride, as you get a much better view in both the indoor and outdoor sections, and if you're on a wheel seat it's much rougher. And also try getting the second train the station, as you'll get a slightly longer ride. Now Colossus is the easiest one on the whole list for me. It's for sure a front row ride. It's way smoother at the front and you also get more leg room, so it's the most comfortable place to sit. The views are also great on the front too, and you really get to appreciate parts like those near misses towards the start and seeing down the heartline rolls at the end. Stealth is one of the easiest ones for me. It's the front row. The launch feels more intense and you get way better airtime going over that top hat and the airtime hill at the end. It's also more exciting when the launch audio is counting down and you're staring down the track, even when it's out of sync.
3, 2, 1, go, go, go!
And if you're enjoying this video, feel free to subscribe. But let's spin the wheel and see what ride we get next. The Swarm is probably the hardest one to pick, as both the front row and back row are very different from each other. If you go on the front row, you get some amazing hang time on that wing over drop, and also an unobstructed view of all the near misses around the ride. But for me, I prefer the back row, as I love getting pulled down the first drop, and having that intensity, especially on that turn before the corkscrew, as you can start to grey out from all of the forces. I precisely choose the outer left seat too, as the near misses are just the best. So the front row is the best place to sit for flying fish, as you can actually get a bit of airtime on that hill after the first helix.
Are you sure about that?
So to finish it off, we have Nemesis Inferno, and again, like the Swarm, it's a hard one for me, as it's nice having that unobstructed view at the front, but it's also way more intense at the back. Personally, I would choose the back, as I prefer it to be more forceful and thrilling, and also if you sit in an outer seat, you still get an alright view when going around the layouts. It's not like Nemesis at Alton Towers, where they're near misses that you can only appreciate at the front. Thank you so much for watching, and feel free to leave your thoughts down below.